Hey guys, welcome to Knowledge Livestream. Today in our DIY section, I have to show you a problem that I have with the door actuator. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your family and friends. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell for the latest videos. It is a common problem in Bmw E39s. So let me give you a demonstration. If I go to the central lock and I press it, you're gonna hear this kind of sound. You see the motor is working, but for some reason the lock is not going up or down. So it could be that because when you open the door more frequently, maybe once in a while you slammed it really hard and maybe it's not supposed to, but somehow the hook came out of the actuator port and that's why it's not going up and down and you can only hear the motor running. So I'm gonna have to take out the whole door panel out and then disconnect all the wiring and then step by step see what's wrong with it. And this is probably this area over here. I'm gonna have to take out the airbag, so we're gonna have to disconnect the battery just to be on the safe side. And so let's get down to it and see how it goes. First thing first, in order to take off the door panel, I'm gonna first need to remove the door handle over here. There's a slot over here, I don't know, like right over here, which you're gonna need something to pry this out, and then there's going to be a screw over here which you have to take out. So this is the cap that I took off with the help of this picking tool, or you could use a flathead screwdriver. And this is I had a T20 screwdriver to remove this door handle, so now I can take it out. But before that I need to work on the four sides of the door panel, and in order to remove that you're gonna need a prying tool, which is something you can use similar to this or whatever works for you to take out the door panel. These courtesy lights that are underneath, you either take a screwdriver or I don't know, push it and like this, because we have to take it off completely, so we have to disconnect it anyway. So just like that, you take it off and then snuggle this in, lift the door panel and separate the door panel from the main door. So the door panel is separated from the main door frame, so you can see you're gonna have to disconnect all these connections over here, all the wiring that's over here. So carefully remove all this wiring, and then after that you also have to remove this one, the main door module for the windows. And in order to do that, you're gonna need the same, like a prying tool, something like this, and insert it, or a flathead screwdriver, and be careful not to break it, and then do this, like push it outwards, and it's gonna come out and disconnect all that wiring also, and then step aside the door panel. So just to give you an idea how to remove these, you just have to push it down and then slide it, and there it releases, and that's it. So for this connector here, you're gonna use either a flathead screwdriver or something like this. Push it all the way out, so that way it's going to release. So our module is disconnected. So as you can see, it's totally separated. Take your time, do not rush. Some of these wires can be delicate, and then you don't want to break off any of these connections, because then they're gonna be really painful to reconnect and all that. But it's just one of these that's gonna be on the door panel, and then you can just set it aside. The next step is you're gonna have to take out this speaker box. It has two screws that's holding down, and then you're gonna have to take 1, 2, 3 for the airbag and take out the connections from here, and for the speaker box from here. So for the speaker box, there's a third one right over here hiding underneath it, so there's gonna be 3 in total. So in order to remove the airbag, you have to push on this, and it's gonna release from this socket, and you take this one out. But there's also another one which is on over here, slides into the second part over here. So in order to take it out from here, you have to do it to the left. Push this center one to the left, and it's gonna release it from the back end, and then you can slide it towards yourself. So now we have to take out this wiper the thing that creates vapor sealant. So it's stuck with all the butyl tape, but you see this is not, it's how it's supposed to be. From here all the moisture has been going in, and maybe that's why it has affected the actuator, or for some reason this is all supposed to be sticky like this and glued onto it with the butyl tape. So I'm gonna fix that once I replace the actuator. So we're gonna carefully start removing. We don't want to rip it off. We're just gonna want to take it off from these corners all the way. I'm gonna take halfway because I just need to get access to over here. But if needed, so I'm gonna move it towards more further end. So as you can see, I took off half of this vaporing sealant, and now I have more access to the actuator. So in order to free the actuators, I need to take one of this Torx, one over here, and then two over here in the front, and I'll see what the situation is. So indeed there are only 4 Torx screws, so 3 of them, 1, 2, and then 3, these were T30s, and the one over here on the top was a T20, and now you can see it's fairly loose. It's just held down with the door pin over here, and some Bowden cables. One is this, and then one is from the outside door handle. So let's go ahead and try to remove it. So we have to take out the wiring over here. It's like a socket that's been connected, but in order to get access to that, we have to open this door kind of thing. So you just insert a flathead screwdriver or something like this, and then push it down, and there you go. It has been released, so now you can just push it and it opens, and you have access to that. So in order to release this connection, there's a space over here. Just like many of the connectors, you have to push on it downwards, and there it releases it, and then it's like a rotate mechanism. So once you push it, it should come out from the socket. Okay, so the Bowden cable from this handle is in over here, where you can see in this, you can see the hole over there, and I have my screwdriver over there. So you're gonna have to like push it a little and then put your screwdriver in, and the hook in the front, like this one, you're gonna have to twist it and turn it out towards yourself, and release it from that hole over there. Okay, so this cable right here, this sucker is the hardest one. It's made of plastic, so you have to be real careful, and it goes inside this socket right over here. So this Bowden cable is the hardest to get, and it took me almost like 20 minutes to get this off. So I have figured out an easy way to take out this Bowden cable. The easy way is you use a picking tool, something like this that has a hook, or you can also use pliers, whatever suits you. And then there are 2 points over here that we have to work on. So this, we're gonna leave the tension on this point, and then first take out this one, pry it towards the left, and then take it out like this, and lift it up like this. See, it's, and then push it towards yourself. Wiggle it a little. There you have it. Here is the actuator. So this is where the door pin goes, and these are your screws over here and over here, and this is the main unit that we have to replace, which is causing the problems. So that's for the front side door, the Bowden pin, which goes over here. So that's one. The other one goes inside over here, somewhere right here. One goes here, which we disconnected, so that's 1, 2. And then there's one electrical connection that was underneath over here, this one, and the other one was right here. And so you have to basically take out all of those just to get this out, and then like slide it out, and be careful not to break it or anything. So now we're gonna go ahead and replace this part. We will take this main cover off. There's one torque screw over here. I believe it was where'd it go? So right here it was a T20, I suppose. Sorry, it was a T15. So a T15 from here, and then we take this whole thing out. So now we have access to this. Now this, you just like pry it out and then lift it up. So you push this and then lift it up so you can take out the unit. So I was curious to what happened. I opened up the actuator and you can see it's all worn out from there. All those ridges have been worn out. That's why it was slipping around that area. So, well, just for curiosity and just to letting you guys know one of the reasons why it could fail. Here is the new part that I will be installing, and I will put the part number in the description, and this is the old defective one that I will be replacing. So let's go ahead and install this and see if it works properly. So I have installed the new part. So in order to check, I made the electrical connections, this one and this one over here, and then you also have to connect the window and the lock module, all the electrical connections, and I also have connected the battery. So I will place this over here so it doesn't drop off. So now I have to trick the car to think that it is locked, since all my doors are locked right now. So what you do is over here you turn this all the way until you hear a clicking sound, so that way the car is clicked and this is pushed down instead of being over here in the unlocked position. So down it's locked, and then over here you can put anything. There's a sensor over here that will make the car think that it is locked. Everything is in place now through the central locking system. This is supposed to go unlock once I click it. So you saw that it works. So now I'm gonna put it back in and do the reverse of what I did and disconnect the battery before doing that. Before putting it back in, we'll make sure the door pin is in place, and then we will also attach the door handle bolting cable by using a screwdriver. You take the screwdriver, you pry it towards your side, and then insert the bolting cable, and then after that the next step will be inserting the cover. So you want to do this before putting on the cover, because then you will have limited access to this area. So do that before putting on the cover. So this is a bonus tip. So if you close the door and you hear the rattling sound, that's due to this frame being loose. So there are two bolts, one over here, and there's one frame over here in the back. There's another bolt over there. So if you tighten these screws, then you won't hear that rattling sound. So now everything is in place. Now we have to slide this back in along with the door pin and the front the door handle bolting cable. So once we put it in, the door handle is going to come from this space over here. It's up to you. For me, it is easier to connect everything and then put it inside and just take it out from here, because there's limited space over here. I have large hands, so it's not easy to work over here. So that's what I recommend, but it's totally up to you. And then there's also a mechanism over here. You see, this is for the external door handle. This one, when you open it, it goes up and down. So this one, this slides in to this external. It slides into over here, the hole over here. So you have to make sure that that pin inserts inside this hole for the proper mechanism from the external side of the door handle. So I have everything in place now. I'm holding it with one screw. You can see it's properly aligned, and even that the pin that I was talking about, it's inside the hole. So in this case, now there's so this Bowden cable is attached and the door pin is out properly. So now the only thing that is left is the internal pin, which was this one in the back. It's pretty hard to see. There we go. I needed to turn the flash on, but it's still pretty tight over there. So the thing is, you're gonna do is you're gonna slide this back in the way you took it out. So you slide it back in, and then this mechanism over here, it can go up and down. So with the help of your thumb, you see this, you can see the edge of this groove, right? So you push it from underneath, it's gonna slide upwards, then you take the pin and then slide it in. So that's it. It is gonna be a tough one, but when you use both hands, you'll be able to do it. It's in place, and now in order to check it, you could try the external door handle and see if it's working properly. I'm gonna try. See, right there. Everything is in place. The Bowden cables, the external door handle Bowden cable, the internal Bowden cable, and along with the door pin. Now you just screw back everything. So it's one, and these two over here, and the small one over here. Don't forget about that one. We tighten all our screws. Now we're gonna slide this inside over here, just like this. This part, it just slides in, you push it, and then you slide it in. So once you got the Bowden cable into the slot, you will make the two electrical connections. So this area has been done, everything is good. So the only thing left is to take out this old butyl tape and then put on the new one, and then seal everything, and then install the airbag and the speakers and close everything up. So this door foam has been completely sealed with the new butyl tape. Now I'm going to put the airbag. The airbag has been installed. Now we're going to put the speaker. After installing the speaker box, we're going to make the electrical connections, and then we're going to put back the door panel. And before putting on the door panel, make sure that the Bowden cable is properly fit inside the door handle, or else your door won't open properly. So it's this white cable over here, the Bowden cable, it sits inside the slot of the door handle, so make sure that is properly secured. Don't forget about the courtesy light. Then the main door and window module. And the last step is to put down the screw for the door handle along with the cap on it. For the final test, all the doors are locked. Now they're unlocked one more time. So as you can see, everything is working properly. So this is it for this video on how to install a Bmw E39 door actuator. And if you have any questions or comments, do let me know in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Till then, keep on learning, and bye bye.